Hello, everybody. Welcome to this breaking news, commentary video about Drew McIntyre, WWE champion, getting hit with the COVID. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, very troubling news here in WWE land. Drew McIntyre has COVID, and that sucks. Well, we're hoping for a speedy recovery for Drew McIntyre. And of course, that means that Drew Goldberg and Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble is canceled.
We don't know that for
You
sure
know,
yet.
well, it probably will be
Like, probably, but
canceled, most likely. Yeah, we don't know for sure. It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed.
yeah. And we heard the news and we thought, man, we're two college boys who know nothing about COVID. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it for some random reason. So WWE has been battling this, and everyone has been battling this, including like other sports. Just COVID and how they've been handling it has not been the best. Is that right, Chris?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Of course, they eliminated fans, which it's fine. And then they had the wrestlers in the crowd, and at some point, didn't they not have masks on their face at the beginning of the
That was
whole
all the way
thing?
back in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they put masks on them, of course. They've had a few outbreaks here and there over the past few months. What else has happened? Of course, people have left because of it just to keep themselves and their families safe, like Sami Zayn, or out of like just I guess spite of what WWE was doing with their handling of the situation, and Daniel Bryan, who I think had his children to take care of and stuff like that, as well as Roman, who had his newborn child, I believe, and
I
his
think so.
leukemia and whatnot. So he didn't want to take any risks. I think Daniel Bryan might have underlying problems as well. So it's just kind of sometimes it's inconsiderate of talent to even run these shows as well. Because I think wrestling is more of like a hand-on-hand, like you actually touch each other in the ring. You're not wearing anything to really
Well, I
protect
don't know.
yourself
I don't think
whatsoever.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I don't think it falls on talent more than like I think it falls more on the management than
Oh
talent.
yeah, for real. Yeah.
I'm not blaming because
We're not
they
right.
don't
Yeah, we're
really.
not blaming talent here. But I would say talent has nothing too much to do with it. I do understand. I think Vince McMahon probably is the main guy controlling this, considering maybe his thoughts on sickness might be a little different than anyone else's. So yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember those reports of him hating sneezing because he can't control it or something like that. So yeah. But he also is the toughest man in his mind on earth, and he can take whatever comes to him. So yeah.
Vince's whole mindset is like every old person who's like, I'm old and if I could show up, you can show up too, pal. There's no excuse.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got the old school mindset. I think talent kind of. I'll say talent might have a little bit of responsibility because if they kind of went about this, like, oh, we don't want to wrestle on these shows, and more people stood up and said, no, we're not doing this, maybe they would have to force their hand and cancel the shows. That's probably where that's where their power lies. They can just have a little protest or whatever, little strike maybe, even though they're not a union. So I don't know if they can do a strike, but yeah.
My question here is that the announcement said that Drew will be making the address tonight. I can only hope he's doing that
That's virtual.
via satellite.
It's virtual.
I would hope.
For sure. I would hope so. They didn't announce it as virtual, I don't think, but I didn't check out the report. I saw that he was going to speak tonight. So
Let me read through this. Actually, I want to see if they say it.
Yeah. You want to read through it?
It's one sentence. With the announcement of Drew testing positive for COVID, we can confirm he will make his first comments tonight on Raw. They don't say it'll be virtual. I hope it will be, for obvious reasons.
Is it gonna like replace him? Is it gonna like say, there's a replacement for me for the Royal Rumble or something like that? Maybe.
Hi, my name is Drew McIntyre. I have COVID. That match at the Rumble, it's not happening. I'll get well soon. See you later.
I mean, this isn't only. Also, we must say it's not only WWE that are not handling it like that greatly. I think AEW they were a little rocky. But I think they've handled it better than WWE for sure. In fact, I think now they're allowed to have fans in the as well. So they brought in a few fans to be in the crowd. Are they all socially distanced? No, not really. But they have masks on, so they're like, they're following the rules. That's a bit weird. I think they're just family members though. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But also, Sean Ross Sapp, out of all this controversy, has said that other companies, like multiple companies, have had outbreaks of COVID recently, very recent. So clearly, it's not just WWE, it's not just Drew McIntyre. There are more people possibly in the company of WWE and also in AEW, maybe Impact Wrestling or something like that have these issues. So it's kind of starting to look like wrestling during the COVID era might possibly be in danger. And that's a bit yeah, of course that's unfortunate, but it's more for people's safety and health that it kind of makes sense to cancel the shows. And even if that means we don't make YouTube videos anymore, which we probably will, just cover the wrestling landscape. I'm sure there would be updates and stuff like that. So we'll be all right. But yeah.
Honestly, one thing that's shocked me about this, if you remember all the way last year during that first outbreak of COVID in WWE, they wouldn't allow anyone to talk about it. But when Drew got it today, they were like, "Oh yeah, let's announce it." So that's interesting.
It's very strange. Of course, it can't be storyline related because I wouldn't put it past them, but I'm not going to fucking conspiracy theory over this shit because it's very serious.
I'm
So
pretty sure.
they
I'm pretty
wouldn't.
sure.
I feel like it doesn't make sense. So.
I think it's just because it's probably because he's like the big champion going into a big match. They want to explain why he's not there. But I just think it's weird that now they're like, okay, now it's cool to talk about it. Last year, no, but now it's fine.
Yeah, it's also another thing I forgot to talk about that the company itself, WWE, has told their wrestlers don't talk about this shit at all on social media because you saw Kayla Braxton went on and said she got like COVID twice or something in the span of like a few months.
Yeah.
So that happened, and they said no. I don't know if that's the exact reaction to that, but it's kind of like these people are announcing their COVID stuff. I think maybe Renee Young had it at some point too, right? While she was she under contract?
I don't remember.
I think she was because then John Moxley had a quarantine as well. And yeah, I think she was doing WWE stuff at the time. So yeah.
No, it's coming back to me now. That does sound right.
So I think they were just like, no, just shut up about the COVID, please. Don't talk about it. And I don't think they wanted to announce anything. And other companies might not be doing it just to keep privacy, or just wrestlers in general, just being like, I don't want to talk about it, It's too serious. And I don't want that attention. So that could be a thing as well. Nick Jackson has come out and said he had COVID a few months ago or something, in which he had, what is it? He had COVID for like 3 weeks or something, and his lasting effects lasted for a few months. And he couldn't taste he couldn't taste and smell his food or whatever. So that sucks. And his in ring shape was terrible too because it takes all the breath out of you, and he had to let Matt do the heavy work.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
So it clearly has hit this pro wrestling landscape as hard as possible. And that just fucking sucks. I feel like everyone should just kind of not, I don't know. I feel like there should be some warning to other people in other companies to not run wrestling shows. I know independent shows have not been running, probably also because they can't because they'll just lose money. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a really tough conversation to have, On one hand, these companies just shouldn't be doing it, but some companies, they stop doing it. They'll probably go out of business. The workers will probably, have financial troubles.
Exactly.
It's really
I
rough.
think the problem is I think AEW, I don't know if they can fucking survive not doing it. That's the problem with that. Because they're just such a new company that I'm not sure if they could survive. Impact Wrestling survives all, but I'm not sure if they can survive this either. So
Maybe.
yeah, they might be able to survive. They've been surviving for years. They're crazy.
They went to like 18 different financial disputes in over the past 10 years.
Yeah, it's like they had a bunch of fucking heart attacks and survived every single one of them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna make an analogy of fucking of sex and how like abstinence and shit like that. I can still do it. I can still do it.
You can still do it. You better be careful with that one though.
Yeah, so like basically, you know how your health teacher goes and she'd be like, don't have sex and you won't get a fucking HIV or STD or something like that. It's kind of, you don't have shows, you don't get too much COVID, maybe. But also, I must say this, on the wrestlers, if they go out and start partying and stuff, because AEW and WWE reside in Florida, right? And Florida is a big fucking freedom place. They don't give a fuck about if COVID's around. For them, COVID might not even exist, They'd be like, fuck COVID. Ignore that shit, And they go out, they go to restaurants and stuff. Just everything's open. So I think that happened a few months ago. I'm not sure how it is right now. Maybe some stuff's closed. I don't know. But if they're going out and maybe hanging out with friends, and maybe especially after the holidays, which WWE has probably focused on, like they knew something was going to happen after the holidays. I read that somewhere. It kind of looks like, maybe it didn't happen from a wrestling show either. So, yeah.
I mean, the important part here is that Drew now has COVID and there's other people with it. And you can only hope that they get better soon and hopefully the effects aren't that bad on them.
Exactly. It has made it to its top champion in the company. So, Roman Reigns is also a top champion, but it's not really focused on him. So, one of the top champions in the company, Drew McIntyre, has COVID, and many other people might have it as well due to other, it's not always wrestling related. Like I said, it could be just personal, family related stuff. Like during the holidays, they hang out with their family and they got COVID from one of the to a bar or something. Some one of those.
So, I'm not sure if there's much else to cover here, unless you got something.
Not really. I guess actually, now I think about the absence thing. Maybe it's more condom related. Maybe it's more like you put on a condom, you have less of a chance of getting getting STDs. You put on,
look,
you maybe stop wrestling shows, you have less of a chance of getting COVID. You'll just be in your house, So yeah.
I don't know what's up with you, man. The sex analogy, bro. I feel like you really want to work that in, and you really just try.
I don't know why, bro. I don't know why, but yeah.
The one time, like, man, I'm just saying, maybe this one needs the sex analogy. I don't know what's up with that, man.
I had it in my mind. I was like, maybe sex, yeah, possible. Don't listen to us, guys. We're just fucking around. But yeah,
man,
very serious shit. Hopefully, everyone recovers. Or Drew McIntyre recovers. Everyone else that may have it recovers very successfully, and nothing else happens because of this. As for wrestling shows, like I said, probably we wouldn't be affected by it. The companies themselves might be. So whatever is best for them, maybe to keep this shit under wraps. I don't know. I know you can't control people's lives either outside of the company. So that's a bit, hard to do. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. But whatever it is, it sucks. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if that's really it to cover, I would want to end this by saying, if you're going to comment something, please keep it civil. I know this is a touchy issue for a lot of people, so, be considerate of others.
Don't make this a political issue either, because it's not a political issue at all. I mean, I feel like COVID's just, people made it political, just don't do it, because COVID's just a sickness that, I don't know, it's just a virus. That's really it. You can, it's not political. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you want to do the plugs before you get out of here, or do you want to just...
I feel like, yeah. So if you're, you liked our covering of this topic, please go follow us on all the platforms. We're pretty much on every platform. Wrassle Graps. We're on all podcasting platforms. Wrassle Graps as well. Please go, of course, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Please leave a nice review if you like our podcast. We fuck around on our podcast a lot, review shows. Go check that out. Also subscribe to this channel that you're watching this on. What else? Like the video, dislike the video. Like I said, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you think, give us feedback on whether or not you think this is a good video or whatnot, how we could have covered this better, because we probably could have. What else, really, Chris? Share the video. I think that's it, right? Just rate everything. I'll press the notification bell if you want to get notified of everything.
I think so. Also, in the comments, if you want to rework Vincent's sex analogy to make it work, have fun with that. It's right
Please
there for
edit
you.
my sex analogy in the comments so that it doesn't come off weird anymore. Well, it's going to come off weird as a sex analogy, but make it work, please. Thank you.
We'll pin the best one. There you go.
And you knew what I was trying to do. Don't act like you didn't know what I was trying to say, but I couldn't say it because it was just strange. But
I think you wanted to work a joke about sex and COVID into this podcast or video. You were like, how do I do it? How do I do it? And you realize the video was about to end, and you were like, I just gotta say it. I just gotta get it out there.
You gotta try and put some positivity into this sad topic and serious topic, So you gotta try and do some stuff. But yeah, definitely could have done it better. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.